Yes. Yes. Oh, unit, back. Aku tak mana boleh tujuan dia apa ini seperti wah ini oh ya kepala eh enough like baby ready to like home and dirty moon dining to pool with you it's you and bring จะทำเป็นน้ำBene, svuota, aperti, puta, dai, prego, pipite. Bene, io non come can, come can, io non Okay. me. I'd be a bad way down. I now I want to go can look. Look up. The person counting. To think people planning to become Boom. There you go.